Good evening. I'm going to call the March 16th, 2023 agenda meeting to order. I am present, Councilmember Brennan, Councilmember De La Rada, Councilmember McPartlin, Councilmember Moskowitz, Town Attorney Finnan. We also have present Seth Goldstein, Elizabeth Greenwood, Janet Nguyen, Chief Koshin, Lori Peretti, Laura Robertson, Ray Smith, Matt Yaddo, and did I say Janet Nguyen? Yes, I did, and members from the public. Before moving on, we wish to respectfully acknowledge that Niskayuna is on the traditional lands of the Kanikihaka and the Mahikanaak peoples, past and present, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the peoples who have stewarded this land throughout generations. All right, moving on to Public Works.
All right, so the first resolution is a tentative resolution to approve the contract with T-Mobile to allow them to renew their contract to put equipment on our water towers. I believe they have a copy of the most recent draft from the town. We're waiting for them to respond. If it's ready by the time the meeting comes around, we'll have it on the agenda. If not, we'll pull it for next month. The second one is a resolution to authorize the purchase of pickup trucks for the water and sewer department. We're working with the same dealer that the highway department did a few months ago to buy trucks off of the Onondaga bid. I've got money budgeted enough to purchase 2 trucks, or they were actually bonded money. So that's moving forward hopefully for this month. If not, I don't see a reason why I can't have it ready for the meeting. 3 is a resolution to authorize the purchase of a CCTV inspection truck. It's going to replace our 15-year-old Grout truck. We use that for inspecting all of the sanitary sewers in town. We had budgeted $325,000 for this purchase. Been working with several suppliers and manufacturers, and I think we're going to be able to get the price down to $290,000, and also have decent resale value on our existing truck as soon as we take the new one into possession. That would be under one of the buying cooperatives the town is part of, so that doesn't require going out to bid.
And remind me again, a CCTV inspection truck is for
inspection of sanitary sewers with a robotic camera.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The fourth one is a resolution to authorize the spring 2023 residential commercial utility billing warrant. Chris Lachinsky, the water billing clerk, has assembled all the numbers. Kathy Persons in our office and myself, we've looked it over. Everything looks good. We're ready to go forward with that. The water bills and utility bills will be mailed approximately April 10th. The fifth one is a tentative resolution to appoint a water treatment plant trainee. We had one of our operators take a position with the neighboring municipality. We're actively looking to replace either with ideally with a trainee or a operator if possible. We're working with civil service to get the list for the trainees and trying to identify any potential applicants. If we have a name by the meeting, I'll recommend it to the board. The next one is a resolution to authorize purchase of materials for the maintenance of the wastewater treatment plant UV disinfection system. It's standard maintenance that we have to perform to maintain the equipment. Looking at a cost of not to exceed $19,900 for materials, and that would be purchased from Trojan UV. The next one is a resolution a tentative resolution to renew our organic waste support services agreement with ESG. We're meeting with ESG to finalize the details and to extend our existing contract that we have with them to assist us at our wastewater plant. There were 2 that came up at finance. One was a resolution to have a public hearing to set the sewer rates. And then also a resolution to permanently appoint a water and sewer maintenance worker to Mike Paleshi. Has worked for the water and sewer department for several years. He's finished his probationary period for his current position, and we'd like to make him permanent. That's all I have. Any questions? Good, thank you.
Good evening. Number 8 is a resolution authorize the surplus of certain town-owned vehicles and equipment. Anticipation of some of the stuff that we ordered a year ago coming in. We have received a couple items, so this is just to get these up for auction and return money back to the funds. Number 9, a tentative resolution to appoint 1 or 2 grounds workers. We've been doing interviews. We're interested in a couple of candidates, so I more than likely will have a couple names for the town board meeting. Number 10, a resolution to award contracts for the purchase of seed fertilizing spreading for use at town facilities. This is our hydro seed and bales of straw and stuff for summer work, doing landscape alongside of roads, and also for the maintenance of town-owned facilities, soccer park, town hall, such as that. Number 11, a resolution to approve the bid extensions relative to the mowing at Dean Street Park and Baker Avenue Parkland. When we bid these out a few years ago, we put a rollover clause in that they would hold the price of the original bid. Both vendors have agreed to keep the price, so I'm recommending that we let that contract carry on. Number 12, a tentative resolution to hire seasonal workers in the town's highway and parks department. I don't know that I'll have anything for you yet, as we've been pretty busy, so I haven't really had time to spend a lot of time working on that. So, but hopefully in the near future. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matt and Ray. I appreciate it. Community programs.
Okay, number 13 is a resolution to approve a submittal of a grant application. This is our yearly application for the Niskuna Community Foundation. This year we had some sports clubs reach out to us asking if it was possible to get defibrillators in our 4 parks, given what happened in the NFL this year. So we think that this might be a wonderful use of grant funds. So that's our plan for this.
That's great.
Thank you.
Really, really phenomenal.
Right.
It-
I wish I could say I came up with it, but I
yeah, but great teamwork because that is really important.
we think it is important. Number 14 is a resolution to authorize payment for our annual renewal fee for Civic Rec. Civic Rec is our Rec One, which is our online registration program. This is the only fee that we pay to them. We do it annually. It's for $6,023.82. But without this program, taking reservations, doing rosters, everything would be next to near impossible. So this is the only fee that we pay to them yearly. Number 15 is a resolution to authorize the purchase of playground equipment. This will be at River Road. It's a new playground, which would be an inclusive playground. I've been working with the supervisor on this. The quote that we received was for $100,852, but it will be covered in a SAM grant. And I have 2 items from the floor. For first is a grant acceptance from CDPHP. Councilmember Brennan was nice enough to secure some funds for us to help support the senior meal program, and that's for $5,897, and it's much appreciated. And also a grant acceptance from the Office of Children Services for $2,500. This is a yearly grant that we get, which helps supplement our youth programming for the summer. Does anybody have any questions?
Regarding the defibrillator, There would be in each park?
There would be all 4 parks, and there would be a cover over the top of them for vandalism.
Yes. And then would somebody be trained to use them? Or would there?
They
are
will
there-
be, well, I'll let,
I believe a few of the sports clubs at least have already reached out to the fire district one
Mhm.
for CPR training and defibrillator training. I
So-
think most of the coaches are already certified, and I know they're putting some parents through the training.
So if one of the coaches, I guess, does the fire district have defibrillators on their trucks?
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah.
But so this would
They're-
be used before they got there, obviously. This would be for coaches or trainers of the like.
right. So the fire department has cardiac monitors, which have defibrillators built into them. And I believe the models that we're looking at for the parks would be compatible with those that the fire department has.
right.
So
And for
yes, the
people-
AEDs would be used prior to their response, but then would connect with the fire departments.
And for people that are renting pavilions, it's just safety.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Lori. Moving on to Economic Development, Historic Preservation, Environmental Conservation Committee.
So I have a tentative resolution to approve a change order for the Upper Union Street Critical Pedestrian Project. I don't think I'll need that. I had a good meeting with Ray this morning, talked to Jamie a couple times. We're changing the materials on the Upper Union Street crosswalk to like a high-vis striping. And I think we might be able to swap some things out. So that's very tentative, but unlikely. Hopefully we won't have to use it. 17 is a tentative resolution regarding 2890 River Road. We had the attorneys for that parcel come to the Economic Development Committee meeting. They have a sale, but there's a cloud in the title. And so either they'll need a letter from the town or potentially a resolution where the town relinquishes its right of first refusal on the property. So that'll just be kind of up to whatever is needed at the time. I did want to remind you guys that it doesn't show up on the agenda, but we have the public hearing on the uniform code changes. So there'll be that public hearing. And then I would also, the comprehensive plan committee's been working on a presentation actually similar to the logo presentation, and they would like to do a presentation at the beginning of the town board meeting at the next town board, just on the status and updates of the comprehensive plan. Did anybody have any questions on those?
No, I just want to thank you for working hard on those pedestrian grants and, just working really diligently to make sure we come in at budget or under budget. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you were very helpful this morning, and so was Ray. So that was also a team effort.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ray. Exciting. Okay, thank you, Laura. Moving on to Police and Public Safety.
Good evening, everyone. Number 18 is a resolution to accept Discovery Reform Grant Funds. This grant is $50,270. This is going to pay for our Discovery clerk's salary, both combined, as well as give us an extra cushion that we applied for which we've already purchased, 2 new copiers and scanners for the police department that we utilize for Discovery purposes. So I just want to thank Schenectady County District Attorney's Office. Bob Carney was amazing. I spoke with him about this. It was as simple as an email, and we got it done. So it's great news. Number 19 is a tentative resolution to appoint a police officer as a lateral transfer. Another smile on my face because, as we all know, we still have 3 open positions. Hopefully this individual will fill one of those. I will say her name out loud because I'm confident that we're far enough along in the process that I don't believe there's any reason other than you folks to stop us moving forward with it. Her name is Heather Dow. She comes from the Schenectady Police Department. She interviewed very well. We had a panel. We all unanimously recommended that we should move forward with her. She's excited to come here. She actually came to the bone marrow drive with her significant other over the weekend just to, I think, show good faith that she wants to invest in our town and our police department. Was very nice to hear. So if anybody has any questions at all. No? All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chief Koshin. And now finally, Finance and General Government Committee.
Okay. The first one is a now tentative resolution to change the June 2023 regular town board meeting date. The second is a resolution to authorize budgetary modifications. Third is the resolution to approve the MOAs with the two unions regarding the in-house CDL training program. Fourth is a resolution to reimburse a deductible. I have a resolution already mentioned by Matt to permanently appoint a water and sewer maintenance worker 2, which is a promotional in-house. A resolution to update the town's fund balance policy. A resolution to call for the public hearing to set the sewer rates. And finally, the resolution to call for the public hearing to adopt a local law that would create the property tax exemption for volunteer firefighter and ambulance workers. That's all I have.
Any questions?
Just briefly, so the in-house training for CDL, is that the union training Niskayuna employees?
So yeah, that is both our water and sewer union and our highway union have CDL drivers in them. Actually, Josh Walter has been the one leading the organization of this. And what we're going to be doing is actually having an in-house training and certification system to basically build our own CDLs so that when we hire folks in, we can hire off the street and then we can work to train them up to get their CDLs, because a lot of those training requirements have really become very expensive to do out of house. So what we'd wanted to do was develop that in-house and then have stipends for the folks who are putting in all the extra time to sit and do the classroom work, to do the driving training, and make sure that we keep our people up to quality standards.
That's great. That's great.
And the eventual hope is to actually have our town recognized as kind of the subject matter experts and offer that training to neighboring municipalities as well.
So does DMV come in and train for the CDL, or is it the actual? or
No,
union rep?
it is actually our guys who have been trained as trainers. So,
Great.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
And although we did discuss during finance and government, I just want to reiterate that the resolution to call for a public hearing to adopt the local law to create a real property tax exemption for our volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers, that was adopted by the county. And now we're looking to adopt a local law here in town so we could offer that to our volunteer firefighters. And as I previously explained, but want to go on the record for this meeting, our town assessor, Eric Amberger, he estimates that that would have an average impact per parcel of about 28 cents. And I'm in full support of this. I think that we have, we have volunteer firefighters here who donate hours of their time in our community. They are on call sometimes 12 to 24 hours per day. Their average calls range from 30 minutes to an hour, and they take about an average of 10 calls per week. And these are at any time of the day. And this year we've seen 3 fatal accidents in our town in which our fire district, our firefighters and our volunteer firefighters have had to respond to those calls. We've also had major fires in town. We just had one recently in which our firefighters respond and take care of those who are in need during an emergency. On average, our firefighters of the year, do about 250 call hours per year. So that's time that those individuals dedicate to our town. And again, that's at any time of the day. They respond to those calls. And so I think that this is a way that we can not only show our volunteer firefighters, like Councilmember Moskowitz, that we value their service and we value what they provide to our community. And also it can be used as an important recruiting tool so that we can get more volunteer firefighters when we need those folks. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
As a volunteer firefighter who will have a financial benefit from this, I'm going to abstain from any vote. But I think I speak on behalf of the entire town fire service when I say we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that looks like all we have for tonight's agenda. I will be moving, I motion to go into executive session pursuant to Public Officers Law 105D to discuss pending or current litigation. And at the close of executive session, we will not take up any other additional town business. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll move into executive session. Thank you.